given this picture, it's a graph of a straight line, and there's some obvious points that have been drawn in there. Just looking at that graph, we're asked to find two things: part A, the y-intercept, and part B, the slope. Okay, they didn't ask for the x-intercept, but I can give that to you at the end anyway. Okay, what is the y-intercept for part A? The y-intercept is an ordered pair, xy equals 0, comma, b. B will be the y value, where the graph crosses the y-axis. So what we need to do is take a really close look at this graph. Examine where is that graph crossing the y-axis. It crosses at y equals 1, up one level. So at 0, comma 1 is the point that is the y-intercept, the crossing of the graph across the y-axis. Part B, find the slope. Slope is a fraction. The top is the rise and the bottom is the run. And all we need to do with this picture is count the number of moves up and moves to the right, or moves down and moves to the left, in order to find another point on the line. So starting with the one point that we know is on the line, the one that we circled, 0, 1, we're going to see how many moves down or up, that will be the top of the fraction, rise, over how many moves to the right or left, that will be the bottom of the fraction. Okay, it looks like we have 1 unit up and 3 units to the right to get to the next point. The next point being one that I've drawn on the graph. So I moved carefully 1 unit up from the circled point. That took me to 2 on the y-axis. And then I carefully moved 1, 2, 3 units to the right. And following those directions, I ended up at the second point on the line. I've drawn it there. And so I know that the slope is going to be 1 unit up, which means positive 1, over 3 units moved to the right, which means positive 3. If I had moved down instead of up, it would have been a negative number. If I had moved to the left instead of the right, it would have been a negative number. Now, you can have other numbers, but when you simplify, you're going to end up with the simplified version of mine, which is 1 over 3. So the slope of this graph, this line, is 1 over 3.